Okay, that's fine.
Let's go right to watch this, jerks.
Sounds good.
Just very quickly before we get to the main meat hot movie of the week, me and Mr. Chibi watched Across the Spider-Verse, the second one, or is that the name of the? I don't know.
Yeah. Into the Spider? No. Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse.
Continuing the Spider-Verse.
Something Spider-Verse.
It was good. It didn't seem long. We really liked it, even though I was initially afraid to watch it because I thought it was going to be long and boring. But
why?
I don't know.
Did you not like the first one?
You know what? I think I forgot how unique the visual style was, and as soon as I started watching this one, I was like, oh shit, this is, who even cares what they're saying, to be honest. Right. But it was, I'm not insulting the script or anything. It's just like, it's really interesting and unique to look at. That's almost enough. And then it is interesting. And then it ends. Then it ends in nothing. Yeah, that was the kind of, but you warned me that was going to happen. So I was prepared.
But it's still a little bit surprising just how
I was waiting. There's still
no real release date for the third one, is there? Right? They keep moving it around. It was supposed to be December, but now I know it's not now. So
I'll watch it when it comes out. I don't need to know when at some point when it's going to hit.
It was real good. I liked the music, I liked the look, and it was cool to see the different spider people I never heard of before. Wombat, we both watched Beverly Hills Cop. Axel F.
Yes, we did. Axel F. And I'm assuming you gave it an F?
You know what? I got to say, I made it through the whole movie, which I did not expect to happen. Maybe I'm just...
I mean, it's not offensive in the sense that it's not like, oh my God, this is so bad, I have to turn it off. But no, it's not good.
Almost. It's right there.
Oh my goodness. If you want to see a movie, if you're into puffy-faced actors from Too Much Plastic Surgery, have I got the movie for you? Men, women, children, I don't know. Everyone in this movie suffers from puffy face.
Talking about Judge Reinhold?
Oh my God.
Did you saw the picture the cropped mouth that I sent you? In the messages? That was his mouth. It's so just his mouth is so distracting to look at.
His face, him and Nassim Pedrad, who is the real estate agent, the female real estate agent who was on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
She also doesn't even look like the same person.
Okay. She looked familiar. She looked familiar. I didn't know who she was.
It's so weird. And there's a couple of other people too. It's not just the two of them. And it's not just men and it's not just women. It's like this equal opportunity weird plastic surgeon that must have had a retainer on this film.
Well, it does take place in Beverly Hills, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just
so like you can't be upset that that's happening in a movie that's taking place in Beverly Hills.
I know it's almost like ironic because I don't think they were going for that on purpose, but it also works for that very reason.
Did you laugh at any point during the movie?
Maybe
out loud.
I'm gonna go with a maybe. I don't think so, but
how many jokes did you see coming before they came out of the guys' mouths?
Everything is pretty, well said. I will say I liked the daughter. I thought did a decent job.
Sure.
I didn't hate that character. It's nice to see Joseph Gordon-Levitt working. I like him.
Did he? Oh wait, did he get? He didn't get canceled, did he? No. So what's wrong? How come he hasn't been doing anything? He has been, or you just said that? I don't know.
I haven't seen him in anything in a while. I don't know.
He was fine in this. He was he's working.
Exactly. You worked.
This was like a really lazy ass movie. Like there's just like they didn't feel the need to put in many jokes. Like literally, I sent these guys the videos. Oh, I posted on Twitter. You can see like the cameramen at certain points in the movie, like just didn't make much effort to get them out of the frame, just like walking through the fucking shot. You should look at my Twitter later, Ship, you'll laugh. There's one scene where Eddie Murphy is driving on like Rodeo Drive. He's driving like a fucking shitty ass Ford Bronco. Get it? Like turns a corner and the way the car turns, it's like the car had like four wheels that could turn in the same direction at once. Like clearly the car is just sitting on the top of a fucking platform and being towed around or something. Or the guy filmed it in some crazy fucking way that just blows your mind. It's just, I rewound those sections. I rewound like 3 times just to watch them over and over again. And Judge Reinhold's mouth. Like those were the 3 most compelling parts of the movie. Other than that, it's pretty pointless.
Well, I mentioned this to you earlier, but the director of this movie
Yes.
has never directed another movie in his entire life.
Why now? Like,
I don't know
how does that happen?
happened.
Like,
I don't know. Like,
I have a theory.
And I'm serious too. I mean, this guy. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I'm not. I don't know. I've
Are you
never
sure
met
about
him.
that?
I'm not sure
Like,
about
don't just
that.
put that out there. He
Yeah,
might,
you don't know anything about him. He could be the next
Maybe
Dr.
he
Disrespect.
sucked. I don't know. I don't.
I have
I'm
a
like,
theory. You're a Hollywood guy. You've been connected. You've been in the business before. How about this theory? Eddie Murphy got paid an ungodly amount of money to be in this movie.
Yes.
Whatever, 50 million. I don't know. Like, how much could you get paid to be in a movie like this? What do you think, Wombat? How much do you think? 30,
sure
50?
I don't know if he got 30 or 50 million.
That's too much. That's too much.
Way too much.
It's the number one movie on Netflix.
I mean, I would probably put it more in the 5 to 10 range. To be
Really?
honest.
That doesn't seem like very much.
America, like a number one movie.
Yeah. He probably has like
a
a multi-picture deal with them. That's like an Adam Sandler type level ridiculous deal.
right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get another 48 hours.
Eddie Murphy probably doesn't want any director really like telling him what to do during making a movie like this, because he's just like, I mean, I don't know Eddie Murphy, but it's probably just collecting a paycheck to him. But he probably doesn't want like somebody telling him to do this again or do it this way, do it that way at this point in his career. So they get a young guy who's never made a movie before, who doesn't really feel the need that he has to do that, right? He can just be the guy who listens to what Eddie says and does that, and forget to how to film a car turning and how to get the camera guys out of the shot. I mean, that's the minimum, and he didn't even get that done. So that's kind of a fail there, I would say.
I mean, he hasn't worked in Jesus, really. I can't believe it's been 21 years. In 21 years, but I mean, Martin Brest is still alive. I know that his fall was pretty hard, but
Is he a director?
He was the director of the original Beverly Hills Cop. He directed Going in Style, which he was nominated for an Academy Award for. Then it was Beverly Hills Cop. Then there was Midnight Run, Scent of a Woman. That's a 3-movie run, by the way. That's pretty good. Beverly
Very
Hills
good.
Cop,
Excellent.
Midnight Run, Scent of a Woman.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Then he did Meet Joe Black, which is
right. That bombed. That's more than that got made fun of.
And then after that, he directed Geely.
Yeah, that
And
got
he
made fun
hasn't
of
worked
also.
since. And he hasn't worked since Geely. That's 2003. So I mean,
Does he know how to
maybe-
film a car in motion?
That's what I mean. It's like, I wonder if they even approached him and were like, "Hey, I know it's been a long time."
They just wanted
But
probably a kid who's not going to tell Eddie to do something. You know, just like Eddie will say, "Oh, I do this or whatever," and just go, "Great, cut, great job, next scene." That's my theory.
Yeah.
Anyway, the movie sucked. It was crap. I
don't
wasted
even
2
know who
hours
directed
watching
this.
it.
He directed the second Beverly Hills Cop.
It's a lot of shooting. You can watch him murder a lot of people.
Yes, there's a lot of it leans into trying to be kind of an 80s throwback.
The best part is like the plot is Eddie Murphy has an estranged daughter who doesn't like him because he was not in her life, whatever, you know, the same old shit that you've seen in a billion movies. They basically bond over shooting people together. Earlier in the movie, you learn that had learned how to use a gun at some point, and you know, of course, the movie's going to finish with them killing baddies together. And of course it does. Great.
Yep.
Not one surprise will be seen or had watching this movie, except when you see the camera operators in the background. That'll be surprising.
And Tony Scott directed the second Beverly Hills Cop movie.
Tony Scott, Crimson Tide.
Yes.
Go Bama, Roll Tide.
He also directed The Gray.
Gettysburg.
Also a fairly decent
All right.
Career. Not directing anybody. Director of Top Gun.
Good. I just sighed because I looked at these lists of movies that you watched. Well, I want to hear about the Gene Wilder documentary.
I watched the Gene Wilder documentary that's on Netflix, and it's very interesting. It's very good.
Is that the one where the clip comes where he's talking about why his demand to be in Willy Wonka to do the scene where he falls? That's from that. Okay, I've seen that on Instagram about 1 billion times.
Yes, that's from that. It's what makes it interesting is he wrote an autobiography, and he recorded the audiobook for that autobiography, but obviously before he died. But they used that audio from his own
That's
audiobook
cool.
as the narration for the documentary.
Awesome.
So it's a documentary in the first person about someone that's passed away. There was some controversy because people thought they used AI for it,
Right.
but they didn't. It's him. It's his recording from before he died, and he tells about everything, and and it's really interesting, and it's very sweet, and it's he seemed to really love some what he did and people, and he led a very interesting life, and all the lights just went on, and
Yeah. I like the story that he told about how in the scene in Willy Wonka when he yells at Charlie and Grandpa for stealing the fizzy lifting drink and all that shit, that he didn't rehearse it that way with him. That he told first he went to the sound guy and he's like, I'm going to be really loud. So be prepared with a mic because I don't want to do this twice. So it's good. I'm going to yell. Then they did the scene and he just fucking goes off, as you know from the movie. And so actually, startled the actors and, got that great performance. Good day, sir. Right?
Oh, and Alexa, turn off all the lights.
Good day, lights.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no, he talks about, I mean,
I'll check that out.
It's worth your time. I won't go into it too much if you're going to watch it.
Yeah. Cool.
I also watched the Steven Van Zandt documentary on Max. He, for those who don't know, is the guitarist for the E Street Band, as well as Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes, and he's a songwriter himself, and very political. And he was also on The Sopranos.
Is that Little Stevie? Is that the same person?
Little Steven, yeah, Little
Steven. Is that the character from Sopranos, or is that his nickname?
Yeah, that's his nickname. But yes, that's not the character he played on.
Got it.
Yes. He was also on The Sopranos for that whole show's run and his whole life, and just basically he's been all over the. He's been in and around everything for the last 50 years.
That's a lot.
And it's very interesting. And it's also, what he did with South Africa and how he helped end apartheid and all of that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is he South African?
He's not. He's from New Jersey.
Oh, yeah. So that's weird. He just good for him. He's just a good guy.
He's just a good guy.
Wow.
And there was something he knew he could help. And and it's like they show him when he finally meets with Nelson Mandela, and Nelson Mandela thanking him for helping to end apartheid. It's
pretty great.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really, it's really long. He's done a lot of crap in his life. But it is incredibly interesting because I really didn't know much about him at all before watching it.
Nice.
And I
now
learned
you
a lot.
Know everything.
And now I know everything. I actually listened to one of my presets in the car is these Little Steven's Underground Garage, the radio station on Sirius XM. And I figured that would just be something they would mention in passing for like 5 minutes. Like, oh yeah, and he has his silly, there's a radio station with his name on it. They spend like 25 minutes talking about the radio station.
The hell?
I know. I'm like,
so weird. What is this? What service is this on?
This is on Max. It's definitely worth it. I would say obviously it's a documentary. You don't have to watch it all in one clip. But if you start it, I think you might actually get into it because he's just a very interesting person. It's not even so much about the music or the politics as much as it is all of it, and the acting and the radio station and the writing, and he's all of it. It's very interesting.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. That's it for me. Well, until we hit TV.
I went to the theaters.
What'd you see?
I saw Inside Out 2.
Wow.
You still have theaters?
They still have theaters here.
Yeah. Ty goes.
Yeah. We actually went because one of Dash's friends was having a birthday party at the theater. So he was going to see it. And so then we all went because one kid can't see it without the other kid seeing it. Right.
Wait, so you all crashed the party or?
They don't rent out the entire theater. Like they have there's a party room that they go to like before and after.
Okay.
But like they just like have the seats that are like all in a row where they're at. We're we set up away from them and acted like we didn't know who he was.
Nice.
And so it was good. Inside Out 2 is good. And it is good in a sense too that it doesn't do that Pixar thing where it's trying to get tears out of you. Like it's not like
good
purposefully trying to get that emotion out of you, but
it does anyway.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, good.
It just is a good movie that has likable characters, that is a good sequel about puberty, right? Like Riley getting to puberty and having new emotions. So
it's made all the money. I think it's the highest grossing film of the year so far.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like it's good.
Does it talk
about the first one?
Does it talk about the hair in funny places?
It does not get into that.
No. Okay.
So is it like Turning Red but profitable?
Yes. It is very much that, but not. It's not like, I don't know. It takes a much like more, I don't know, adult approach than Turning Red did to the situation, and it's I don't know. I would say it's more, I don't know. It's meant to make money. Where Turning Red, I don't know that was completely meant to make money, right? Like Disney's had a problem here, and they're like, no, we got to figure out how to make money again on these films.
Don't mention periods or pubic hair.
Right. Like it tackles it in a way that it doesn't have anything to do with that side of puberty. It's more around the new emotions. And,
right.
So
why do I hate my parents now? Why do I have this feeling of
a little bit of that, but it doesn't go like it.
Right. Just a taste of it.
Just a taste of it. Yeah.
I don't got to beat you over the head with it. That's good.
No. So it's a fun little film. It's well animated. Yeah, it's a good sequel, and now we're gonna get a lot of Pixar sequels because that's what everybody wants, anyways.
Yeah,
so
definitely. I mean, just look at fucking Beverly Hills Cop, #1.
I'm going to see Deadpool, Wolverine. I got those tickets already.
Nice.
So I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. It's not a problem,
fine, right?
Right.
It's not supposed to be good or something.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be good, and you're going to like the characters. I hope it's good and
fun. Yeah, I'm hoping that I enjoy it.
Everything doesn't have to be fine cinema. It just has to be enjoyable, versions of characters and IPs that you like, right?
Yeah.
Deadpool 1 and 2 are my son's 2 favorite movies.
They're funny.
So
they're funny and they're pretty good.
So that's why I could not get tickets for that one.
No cameraman in those shots.
No cameraman. No, these movies will probably be meticulously crafted. Yeah,
they check when they make.
I think we're gonna start getting the good movies again though. Now, like we're through the big pandemic.
Okay,
the strike's over.
We're past the strike. We're still working through what the
AI is just getting started.
AI is just getting started.
Certain actors and producers know to put in their contract that their movie can't be burned for tax purposes.
Right.
People learn that.
They had to learn that one the hard way. Yep. Just ask Brendan Fraser.
What was he in?
That girl.
I forgot that was even a thing.
That
can't be good though.
It can't be good.
Could it?
I don't know. It wasn't even supposed to come out in theaters. It was supposed to be direct or even John Cena now knows that because of his Acme movie.
That's the one that
people
that movie actually
supposed that would have made money.
Supposed to be very good. Everyone who saw it said how great it was, and then they just were like, "Yeah, nope. We need to save money on taxes, so your movie's going in the garbage can."
Right.
Yeah.
On the TV side, Mrs. Chibi and I watched the entire season of Owning Manhattan, which is the new Netflix reality show about the Sirhan Real Estate Company, which is like a high-end luxury residential firm buying and selling fancy Manhattan apartments. It's got really good drone shots of Manhattan, like artistic looking, like sunsets and stuff. So if you like those types of shows with like a little drama thrown in between the agents, because most of the agents are like pretty annoying, as you would expect. I gotta say, for these types of shows, Mrs. Chibi doesn't watch these, and she's stuck in there for the whole fucking season. So that says something about the quality of this one. Or she likes to look at fancy apartments.
Gotcha. I watched, speaking of binging, my daughter recommended Smiling Friends to me.
Okay.
What is that?
And it's a cartoon.
It's the current Rick and Morty of the.
It's the current Rick and Morty. That's basically what it is. It's less Rick and Morty, probably a little more like Tim and Eric-y. Like if Rick and Morty and Tim and Eric were made a show, you'd probably wind up with Smiling Friends. Mike from Red Letter Media does a voice in one of the episodes.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, I can't wait till they talk about Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh my, they're gonna hate it.
That's gonna be amazing.
I mean, I watched both. Each episode's 11 minutes long, so it's not like it was so much. But I did watch all 2 seasons, so I'm caught up on Smiling Friends. So I recommend it to maybe Chibi.
I'm not gonna watch that. Come on.
I don't know.
I don't really watch. I don't know. I mean, is it really good?
It's good. It's funny. It might be your kind of humor. I would say you have to give it. I mean, like I said, each episode's only like 11
What's it on?
minutes. It's on Max.
I have Max.
I know. So give it like a good 3 episode try.
Okay.
And that's sort of where it clicked for me, was like after the 3rd episode.
They're short, right?
Yeah, I said they're 11 minutes each.
Oh, really short? Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
They're going for that bluey sweet spot.
Yeah, 11 minutes each, no commercials.
Mrs. Chibi could even tap in on this one, because sometimes we're looking for that short content, short form content.
Some of it's, where sometimes it's weird, sometimes it's a little violent for violence sake, sometimes it's just interesting.
Right.
So,
Cool.